Reviewing Kamen Rider Ryuki episode 1 and 2 free on YouTube. Is it a good introduction to Kamen Rider Ryuki? Does it get you hooked? Cover all that. Beginning to introduce you Ren and the monster, which has nothing to do with the series. It's sort of like an Indiana Jones, James Bond thing. The two protagonists are important. Because the emotions were right, like the creepy feeling shows that's not like a happy feeling Kamen Rider series, which is pretty important. Like the whole mirror effects are introduced, or dimensions, the henshin devices. There's been so much time on the newspaper thing. I realized, oh, it's such a big deal because like it's internet, and you're like on Examiner, or you're on YouTube. It's like pre-YouTube, and like the newspaper industry isn't like what it used to be. But the research is there. It wastes so much time, and they're doing all these episodes at the same time. But it really kills the mood. When they go to the crime scene, it's fine. Then when they finally encounter each other and like mirror stuff, and then like they introduce the suit, they introduce him, and the fact they can assess the mirror world, the connection with Yui's relationships. I felt like Kamen Rider Dragon Knight probably has a more effective intro, no matter what you think of the story, which story is better. This intro is more succinct, more in your face. It felt like it went through a pilot stage, and they had to prove something compared to like, which Ryuki had to prove something too, but like it felt like it was sort of awkward. Like you went from like Charlie Shinomori Kamen Riders to Kuga and Nagito, and Nagito was a little rough. Esko Kobayashi had to prove something, but like all the effects were good. It's like the first CGI Kamen Rider. There were 2 Kamen Riders. It's just like a detective show, like the first 2. It's not like the Charlie Shinomori anti-Nazi stuff. And the second episode, they're finding the end of the first episode, they're like running over the explosion. It was really cool. Like you don't really get set up for the rest of the series. You know the mirror world's there. They introduce the mirror world. They introduce the henshin devices. They introduce the cards. They don't explain what is the significance of the mirror universe. Just add mystery to it, and you'll know a little bit about their background. And you'll get introduced to all the newspaper people, which is interesting. But I don't remember how that affects the ending. Spoiler alert. I don't know if you're interested. I don't know if you're hooked. There's a payoff for it. By the spider guy. It feels like the Matrix, how they like set up the windows in the building. It like feels like a net, like the spider and everything. That's very effective. Like it snares the audience, snares Shinji. All of these hairstyles. This is like less than 2 hours before Ryuki comes out. They fight each other, and then at the end, you realize like this real monster. There's a sort of event he does a contract with the dragon. And then like Ren tries to beat him up for the powers. It's probably more a big deal back then. For me watching it, it's not as big of a deal. He's a really good guy. He's not even that dark compared to like we were assuming with what was happening in Kamen Rider Dragon Knight. So it introduces the powers, the setting the mood. It doesn't introduce the story, which could bother people. If you're hooked based on the setting, the feeling, and the technical stuff, there's one with the mirror world and everything. Cool intro by the Ash Ketchum writer. The fact that you probably watch Attack on Titan, that's like a very popular anime in America, before watching this, and like JoJo's Bizarre Adventure before watching this, and you'll probably feel like it's pretty different. Like, you wonder, like, what the writer was up to when she was trying to make this. And, see how she sees. Maybe root for what your thoughts on Describe. So anyway, yeah, good introduce us to a lot of stuff, but not so much the story. What your thoughts on Describe.